My name is Alex Farling. I'm one of the co-founders and the channel chief for Lifecycle Insights. I think when you start talking about shadow IT with a customer, one of the most important parts that we see is helping a client understand how important it is to know where their data went. Shadow IT is really wrapped up around all those other applications in the cloud that maybe they don't know exist, but have a lot of their client data in them or a lot of sensitive data in them. Whether it's HR or marketing or some other department that's signed up for an application that isn't in the mainstream. MSPs have trouble onboarding their employees, offboarding their employees, protecting the data. So shadow IT plays into every piece of that. Yeah, I think the big growth opportunity we see is around compliance. It doesn't really matter whether you're doing it for insurance, whether you're doing it to just align with best practices, or whether your client's actually in an industry where compliance is important. I think having the skill set in-house to be able to do compliance or having a partner on standby to help with compliance is going to be absolutely critical in the next couple of years. So I think when we really look at that traditional role that MSPs have tried to fill, that business advisor, that trusted advisor, strategic advisor, it's always been a struggle. I think that to some extent, the MSPs need to start to separate that from their core offering. And not every MSP is going to see the value in that, and not every MSP is going to take that on. But the ones that do, I think really need to identify it as a separate offering, break it out from their managed services, and charge for it. The big challenge that most MSPs are up against when they try and create that offering is that they charge a client X number of dollars a month and say they've accounted for 20 hours for that client for the month. If the help desk takes up 19 hours, then I have 1 hour left to do strategic compliance or strategic account management and VCIO type services. There's a disincentive there almost to not provide those services to make sure that they're productive or that their numbers look good on those services. So I really think it needs to be an above and beyond product that's purchased per billable hour. Companies purchase 10 hours a month, 20 hours a month, whatever, of VCIO or strategic consulting services. And I think it turns on its head the way that we've been doing it for so long, which is flat rate service. Yeah, those quarterly business reviews or strategic business reviews, your customer's going to glaze over if you talk too long, if you spend too much time in it. So we really need to pick what we focus on. In a lot of cases, that's going to be pretty simple. Something to assess the status quo, some sort of a risk assessment, a compliance assessment, where we just do a gap analysis. This is what we have versus maybe what we should have. Budget needs to be a conversation in every one of those conversations because your client can't spend money they don't have. They need to be able to strategically plan for technology expenses. As the MSP, you're in a unique position that you know all of the technology they own. You're probably the only one qualified to help them write that budget. They're certainly not capable of doing it on their own. And then some sort of remediation planning or future casting, forecasting that helps them figure out how they get from that status quo to where they need to be. I think those are my three big components. Well, let's take it a step back from that. If you talk about the three pillars of SaaS, I think even before that you get into really the three pillars of technology, which are your users, your assets, and your data. So we know we have to provide in every compliance standard who do we support, what do we support, your people, your devices, and now your data is the third part, right? Where has my data gone? And once you get into where has my data gone, then it's an easy and logical walk into the security, the risk, all of the things that go around that compliance. But the way to bring that conversation up is, hey, we have to know who and what we support. And the third thing that's really important and critical to your business is where has your data gone? Yeah, I think that goes very much back to the last question. That Lifecycle and Augmentt integration has given our partners, really for the first time, visibility into SaaS inventories. We can now see what users are logging into, where those cloud applications exist, and start to deliver inventories of them to our clients. And once we do that, we can have the conversation around, well, did you know you have 27 SaaS applications in your inventory? And when we let someone go from the organization, do we know what applications to remove them out of? How do we keep that data secure and safe in the cloud? You guys give us the ability, that Augmentt integration gives us the ability to present that along with the rest of the strategic conversation in the QBR. So it just rolls it nicely into a nice clean package. I feel like that's one of those where nobody wins.
How do you see that fight going? Like, is it just a stalemate where both bodies are broken, or?
I feel like it's a long slog until neither one of them can stand.
But if you have to pick one, we gotta get one answer. Who you got?
Probably the grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear?
I think sharp claws win the day.
All right. Good.
Good.
Awesome. Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Alex.